must begin a never-ending masquerade. So interminable. So lonely. Just how much longer?
From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your archon.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Genshin Impact playthrough session. I've actually been away for like 3 or 4 days or so after completing the Archon quest for Act 5 for Fontaine. I went through an 11-hour stream. We started at 11 a.m. We finished at like 10 p.m., almost 11 p.m. And it kind of drained me to the point where I was just super exhausted. I needed a couple of days to kind of decompress and just recalibrate my feelings about the region, the Archon quest, all the information and lore that we got, all the notes that I took, Furina as a character, this struggle that she had to, that she was burdened with for the last 5. Look at her! She's so cute, she's so adorable, and she's finally free. And at the end of the day, despite all of the things that we went through, I feel like it was worth it. And now we just kind of have to recalibrate for her sake. And I hope that things work out for her. We're actually going to be getting into Furina's story quest today, following the Archon quest. And then following this video, I'm finally going to be able to check out Furina's lore as well as Neuvillette. I specifically left those two characters' lore readings out because Neuvillette, you couldn't read all of his lore until you finished the Archon quest for Act 5. And then Furina, I don't really do lore readings until I finish the character's story quest in question. So we're gonna do Furina's quest today, and then wait, what the hell was that? Did someone just freaking Coda shop me 60 primos? Thank you, whoever you are. Anonymous gifter from beyond. I appreciate you. Yeah, it was Furina, actually. Furina's like, that's for saving me from my 500 years of torture and suffering. But, the longest con in Teyvat history is over. The longest curtain call performance is finally over. And for Furina moving forward, I just want to see how she kind of handles life outside of her role that was given to her by Focalor and everything else like that. So we are officially going to be starting, and this is actually really cool too. So I already used the key on this, but now we are activating. Oh, the little oceanid, is that what it's called? Oh my god, that's so cute. So it's like the Little Mermaid. The little oceanid to yesterday. Go to the court of Fontaine's Adventurers Guild. One day, you and Paimon arrive at the Adventurers Guild and check out the commission there.
Hey, Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps?
Bam, you don't have to be so direct. The more lucrative, the better.
Paimon's just being enthusiastic. We're old friends now, she gets it.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see.
Yes.
Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open.
Oh?
Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
We'll take what we can get.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
Jeez, don't sound so disappointed, Paimon. Jesus.
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues.
Oh no.
And is currently unable to perform the role.
Oh no. Oh no. We're not going back to the opera house after 500 years, are we?
But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties. So unfortunately, they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
Damn. Pay them an exposure.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically, they're looking for a volunteer?
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show, and delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
Very true.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there. Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Okay.
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
What the hell? What does that even mean, Paimon? All right, we'll go talk to him. What the heck? She's like throwing shade.
Paimon approves. Let's go.
Damn, this man just caught strays for no reason.
Hello there. Are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already. But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show.
Oh boy.
It would be such a shame.
You can't cover the budget for a new actress with ticket fees?
That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts.
Bro, what are you doing?
All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? This is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe.
Oh, come on. Don't give me this, like, sob story. Come on, we gotta get the gang back together for one last hoorah.
One last show.
Yeah.
And after that, we go our separate ways.
Bruh.
So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it.
Catherine mentioned that one of your actresses can't make it.
Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform.
Damn.
The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas.
Oh boy.
What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
144 million?
Please, there's no need to go that far.
I'm rich.
I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor. And I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Mora isn't the biggest problem. How do we find someone who's a good fit for the role?
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible.
Bruh.
Oh, wait!
Bruh.
You know who?
Bruh, this ain't happening. This ain't it, Chief. You're not telling me right now that after 500 years of being free from this divine freaking objective of saving this entire nation, that they're like, Furina, one last hoorah, one for the road. You know, that just for old time's sake. Nah, ain't no way, bro.
That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now.
Nah, Paimon didn't just say that, bro.
She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Am I missing something here? Did they skip the Archon quest? Did they skip all that dialogue?
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous.
Furina. She wouldn't mind.
Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular.
Yeah, her longest and most drawn-out performance, Masquerade of the Guilty. Who would've, you know what I mean? Just came to a conclusion after 500 years of suffering. I'm pretty sure the last thing she wants to do is get on stage again. But alas, the plot demands it, I guess.
But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours.
You want the show to go ahead, don't you? Are you prepared to do whatever it takes?
Well, yes, but... Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show.
Ain't no way!
I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too.
There's no way she's gonna be like, yeah, I want to get back on the stage after what I just went through.
I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
That was the point, Paimon. She was pretending.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
That's right. I'm wondering.
As it happens, I have her current address here.
Ooh.
I can provide it to you.
Yo. My God, Catherine, what the fuck? Hold on. Nahida, is that you? Also, yeah, freaking Catherine just doxed Furina's address. What the fuck?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
I have concerns.
I can't believe they're seriously asking Lady Furina. Seems a little over the top.
Try not to worry. May I pour you a glass of water?
Ooh. Oh, water? What kind of water? You know what? I have the perfect individual who would have a thing or two to say about that. Oh. Thank you very much for that glass of water, Catherine. Come on, say the line. Say the thing. You know you want to, Nouvellette. We're not leaving this spot until he does the thing, Chad. I'm sorry.
A few minutes later.
You know, I'm just gonna...
Water comes in
You
many
son of a
flavors to the
bitch!
discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
I don't think that was worth chat. Let's move on. Yo! I'm so sorry that you got your address doxed. Look, this is a cute little house for Furina. Right across the street from the workshop. This is cute. And now here we come to ruin her life.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, Paimon, where do you live? Where's your place of residence? Yo, that's crazy, you know? Wow.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Oh my God. She's dropped the act.
Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
You literally do that all the time, Paimon. What are you talking about?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags.
Furina! Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy she's here. She sounds simple, normal. None of this Prinzessin der Verurteilung over-the-top hijinks. It is truly Furina.
I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious
Oh my
too.
God, and she cooks? Guys, she's a keeper. Don't you get sick of macaroni every day? What do you mean, bro? Macaroni's pog.
Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Ah, macaroni and cheese. Yeah. American here, by the way. Hi, how's it going?
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
Is it because you have to do all of your own cooking now?
How rude. Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity.
Yeah, yo, tell him. Talk to him, Furina. Don't talk shit about Furina. What the hell's wrong with these two?
It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house.
Yo.
So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too.
Yo, she's just like me, for real.
Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre faucilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt so inclined.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Wait. What?
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace.
Oh my God. She's like, yo, me and A would be best friends right now.
Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad!
Paimon is just showing concern for your well-being. She's got a funny way of showing it. She's kind of like roasting Furina right now. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly! What the Traveler said! Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
We actually came here to ask you for your help.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon.
Oh shit, that's right.
I don't even have a vision, you know.
She doesn't have a vision yet. Okay? My Furina has a vision, and you're about to level up, okay? I just need to see how it happens.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
If not you, then no one. Well, guess what? I guess the show ain't happening then, Chief.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now.
Nah, they need it.
So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific?
I love her, like, real self.
I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense. After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well-versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities.
It's too soon, chat! This soundtrack, this OST.
But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
Thank you. Thank you.
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
I just retired from a 500-year gig, okay?
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage.
And I completely support you. End of story quest.
Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me.
Why? I'm struggling to understand why they thought it would be a good idea to give Furina a quest line that kind of sort of disregards all the shit that she just went through. Out of respect, I wouldn't even ask her. Like, that's kind of... no.
Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again.
There you go.
But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
So that's how you really feel?
Paimon can understand.
I swear to God.
But this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
This is such a phoned-in quest, bro. I'm like, what are you doing? Leave her alone!
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross.
A boundary has been set. Please find some other freaking random house on the street.
If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place.
Furina's perfect.
So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare.
Who gives a shit? Commissions come, commissions go, okay?
Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Too bad, so sad, not my problem. Unlucky.
Short and to the point. Okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Aw, don't say that.
Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
You shouldn't assume the worst. What's wrong with making one exception?
True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Oh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
All right, that's it.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance this really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
We don't know this guy. Fuck this guy.
Have I not made myself clear?
Thank you!
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would. Sorry.
Nah.
I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh.
Nah, you did. It's
I
okay.
wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
I'm actually annoyed.
It's all right, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
Let's try to come up with a plan B.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now. All right, then. We'll see you around, Furina.
Bye.
Toodaloo to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
Toodaloo to you, too. Enjoy your macaroni. That was painful, honestly. Not gonna lie.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Furina's decision. Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
You think? I gotta keep it together, chat. I gotta keep it together. I don't want to say something I'm gonna regret.
Huh?
Bro.
What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
Oh, so you mean that we just badgered Furina for no reason?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now?
Bruh.
We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
All right, you know what? Let's just see how this is gonna play out.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. Our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all.
Okay.
Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
Imagine if we managed to convince Furina to join, only for her to find out she no longer needed. Is that her in the background? What the fuck? What is? I just noticed that blue strip of her dress. Okay, sneak not 100, by the way.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Oh boy.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
She's like, maybe I don't want to perform, but it would be nice to go and at least watch a show that I don't have to perform in.
Only joking, calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh?
Hey, do we still get paid?
Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
There's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you.
That is true.
So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly.
Okay.
I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All right. Okay, Lorik, it's your fault then.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
Oh, does Aether notice? Paimon, wait here a second.
Sure.
Hold up.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list.
The shopping district's the other way, though.
All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me.
Damn.
Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things.
All right, as you should.
And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
Then why didn't you just show yourself?
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you? I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help,
Good.
I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
Hey, look at that. At least they look up to you.
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina is fine. I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in this serial disappearances case.
What?
Oh, God.
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice.
Yeah.
But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
That sucks, man.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater.
That's goated writing, though. That's really good writing that they harkened back to that.
She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
Damn. And then Vache.
And then disaster struck.
The fucking primordial sea, god damn it.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing, but ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give.
Yeah.
And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yep.
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here.
Aw.
After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Furina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway.
Okay, that's good. That's good for her. I'm happy.
I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member. But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director.
Aw, that's nice.
Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epicles is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high.
Damn. She's like, I need to understand my people more.
The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them?
A verdict can bring emotional catharsis. They come pouring out and flow away into infinity.
An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before. And so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Okay, I like that a lot. She's like, I've been playing this character so much, I don't know how to have a genuine interaction.
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh?
Probably not.
You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No, Paimon! Paimon, stop talking.
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Since it's you, I'll do it, especially since it's related to the serial disappearances case.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are. All right, follow me.
Okay.
We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Enter. Oh shoot, we're actually entering in. That's cool. Oh, this is quaint.
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Ooh, I like the music.
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic
Oh my God.
consultant.
The Little Oceanid, the Little Mermaid.
These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
This is a really nice track.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Good shit. Among many others too, which is great.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director.
Okay.
One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Finding an extra was the least of your problems.
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about.
Yo, in before Furina becomes like the scriptwriter and she finishes the story, I guess you can consider her a little oceanid in a sense.
The protagonist of the story is a young oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family.
They literally ripped the Little Mermaid. Also, Focalor's moment with Furina.
She longed to live just like any other human.
Oh my God.
And sure enough, she found friendship and even love.
Hold on, yo.
Everything seemed perfect.
This script would have spoiled the Archon quest.
But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
Yeah, I think the director, what was her name? Aurelie? I think Aurelie was a visionary, ladies and gentlemen. She literally peered into the future of Genshin Impact.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script.
Yo, she was cooking.
We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Damn.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, bro. That Archon quest left me, like, drained for 3 days before I came back to streaming, so I prefer something a little bit more on the lighthearted side, please. Thank you.
And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from 2 of our main actors. The first is Pauleau, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script.
Oh.
But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him.
Uh-oh.
The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
This is a little questionable if this is gonna happen or not.
Although, now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
Yeah.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
They're gonna be like, oh, we have Furina helping us out.
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises.
Aw.
All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop. You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way.
Oh my gosh. She's like, all right, keep them coming. Shower me with praise. Literally her freaking, one of her battle quotes.
I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Let's go.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Pauleau and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
Oh my god, that place is so depressing, Poisson.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, come on. Is something wrong? Yeah, it's like you forgot what happened there.
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So, allons-y.
It's sad.
To Poisson.
Poisson. All right, we're going to Poisson, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is cool that we get to interact with this place. All right, I definitely want to get a little picture going on over here. Let me talk to these two before I leave.
You're off to Poisson to find Pauleau, right? Have a safe trip. We'll take care of the troupe while you're gone.
Poisson. Let's talk to this guy too, and then we're off.
Pressure's on now. We gotta make sure we're fully prepared.
Look at this little... This is a quaint little space. I like it. I want it to be Furina that we take the picture of. She's the true actress on the stage here. Look at that. That looks so cute. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die of cuteness. Holy shit. All right, let's go to for better or worse. Oh, also I was told to check Navia's dad's grave, I think, for something of some sort. So we can kill two birds with, no pun intended. We can kill two birds with one stone here. I'm sorry. It's kind of in bad taste after a lot of people just died here. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Bro, there is no way. This is so sad. Son of a bitch, man. I can't believe they did want to be buried next to the dad. Damn, that's such a good little follow-up moment there. Wow. I assume this like doesn't just represent Melus and Silver, but like everyone that died here. But obviously, Melus and Silver wanted to be buried on both sides of Mr. Callus. It's an appropriate gesture for sure. I really like that. I wasn't expecting that. Wow. Damn, dude. Oh my god, the music is still... I'm never gonna be the same coming here, dude. Like, this is going to be just a depressing location for the remainder of Genshin Impact. I'm sorry.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson.
Yo!
I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are.
Let's go.
And Furina, too.
Wow, Navia's in back. I swear to God, Navia's been like a cameo in every piece of like the content of Fontaine so far. I swear to God, she's been everywhere.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
Yeah.
So you're here for Pauleau? Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Damn.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll.
Yeah, I can take a hint.
Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
Damn.
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
Especially with this music playing, I'll tell you.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
It's so sad, too, in hindsight, for the Archon quest, because, like, she couldn't break character. She had to think about the long-term plan. I'm actually thinking back on the conversation she had with Arlecchino, where Arlecchino was pressing her. She was like, what are you gonna do? What are your plans? What is the Oratrice do? What are you storing up all this indemnitium? And she's just like, all according to Keikaku. I can't tell you that because I was given a very simple plan that only I know about. And it just sucks that she understood her role to the point where it kind of made other people doubt her. She's even saying, I wish there was more I could do, because like she probably does wish she could have done more, but her role was so passive in a sense. She just had to keep up the facade until Focalors was ready.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time
God,
we meet?
that quest was so good, man.
We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
I mean, but look where we are! It's hard not to, honestly. Like, this is like shortly after.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done, which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe.
That's what I'm talking about. She's gonna get backlash for something that, like, if the mask was revealed any sooner, and if it wasn't done in the courthouse, like, everything had to, like, line up. So it just sucks that, like, she had no choice.
To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all. Like my father before me.
I love how even throughout everything, Navia hasn't really wavered. I feel like all the things that she went through just made her a better and stronger character.
Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
You got it.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with. So maybe she's right.
Aw.
You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
What do you mean the closest thing to friends? We are friends, damn it. I'm your friend. I love Furina with all my heart. The fact that she's still standing after everything she's been through is just so admirable. And I'm assuming now she's just going to be able to live the rest of her life out.
I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding.
As a human?
To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
Also, I did notice that guy that was just kind of giving her a dirty look.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me, which, of course, I completely understand and accept.
I'm sure some people didn't buy Navia's lie.
Yeah, I can tell people are watching me.
Yep. This is not good energy right now.
I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes.
And that was what she was afraid of the most. Focalors basically said, keep up the role as long as you can, because she couldn't tell Furina, oh yeah, the whole point is for you to get charged and found guilty. So after a certain point, the fear became real for Furina, even though it was all a part of the play. She didn't even know the extent of what she was doing.
I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
Maybe you've taken on a bit too much in one go.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look, there seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Uh-oh. They're not staying quiet either.
Probably time we made a move.
Yeah.
How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
Damn. Milou Silver! God damn it!
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
Nah, it's fine. We can handle it.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Hold on. Do my ears deceive me? Not a depressing song in Poisson?
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet.
This is giving Amy so hard, man. I love it.
I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be.
That's like my biggest thing. I want Fischl and Furina to meet each other so badly.
As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm.
And the fucked up thing too is she was pure human. She had no divinity to her, which is why she didn't feel like an archon. It's so crazy how Hoyoverse tied that in too. And that's what gave everyone the sense that something was off. It's like, you don't feel like a god. And like it's because she wasn't.
And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came. And the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
Don't be so harsh on yourself.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear. And I became more lonely and isolated.
I'm so glad she's talking about this. Just let it all out. I'm here to listen to everything. I will witness everything.
Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst-case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
I would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Think of your freedom as your reward.
A reward?
Yeah, because now you can finally speak your heart. You don't have to be anguished and alone anymore.
I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was. And and exposing the secret I swore to protect.
Yeah, she really just relied on herself.
Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know.
This is so sad. We need Furina and Nahida to hang out too. I feel like they can relate to like either being locked away or locking themselves away from the world. You know, they have like different experiences in that.
That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Well, maybe she is, but like she's got to rediscover that without the influence of like the prophecy and all that.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
What Paimon meant to say was that she doesn't like to see you so down. Do you feel better having gotten all of that off your chest?
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now...
She's like, I don't care if I live my life every day with me and macaroni and cheese.
At least the choice is in my hands.
This is a beautiful picture. I fucking love this.
All right, it's about time to head back. Pauleau should have finished the ending by now.
I love this whole moment. This moment right here is what I hoped we'd get from this story quest, and I'm so glad that they followed through on it. Because initially I'm like, wait, we're doing a whole play situation. She's not going to talk about all the stuff that just happened. So I'm really happy they did this.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Damn, bro.
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is?
Bruh.
I'm not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours.
Damn, dude.
I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
She cares about you, you idiot.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back. Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
You're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the oceanid who turns into a human girl.
Yep.
What about you?
Me? I'm an oceanid too.
Oh.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least.
Bruh.
So now he's playing the boar instead.
Damn.
Sorry.
Damn, Paimon. Damn, dude. That's a little messed up there, Paimon.
The boar's not a bad character, actually.
Bruh.
He's the one who raises the little oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines,
That's
too.
so funny.
Like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little oceanid.
Oh?
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Guys, I don't think it was a coincidence that the director died. This script was too close. If this script got leaked to Celestia, the whole plan would have fumbled. Remember what happened to Urabashi when he read Before Sun and Moon? I'm just saying.
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, don't say.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah, I was born with an incurable illness.
Uh-oh.
And once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore.
Oh dear.
I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up.
Wow.
I know it was all a huge burden on her.
Yo, the director was a champ. That's a W director right there. Fuck Vache, man.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it.
Jesus.
All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little. So I got sent to an orphanage.
Oh my god, what the fuck are the Fontainians okay?
The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like,
oh my god.
Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer. It was just to taunt me though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Jesus.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
Alright. Yo, you know what? I respect to this kid. He turned out alright.
The day you hoped would never come.
Oh!
How times change.
Yeah, finally. Are you done? Is the script over?
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
Okay. I hope he's not going to be, like, mad at her like the others, like the other people here.
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god. How did you manage to wrangle that?
Oh, my archon.
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I?
The script.
Yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little oceanid decides she wants to become a human, against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city.
Yo!
But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing.
Wow.
The soil is becoming arid. Plants and flowers are withering. And the people begin to panic.
Withering? Hello? All right, I'm taking a picture of all of these illustrations, by the way, so I hope you guys don't mind. Give me a second.
The little oceanid,
wow,
and her lover
oh my
decide to do
God.
something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together.
Holy shit, that guy's design looks really cool.
In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Oh dear, that's an interesting twist.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Uh-oh, getting a little too close to the truth there, sir.
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret.
Oh no! Oh, thank God Furina kept her mouth shut.
The little oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
Oh dear. Okay.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the rest of humanity.
Focalor's moment. God damn it.
But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
I love that. Focalor's love for Furina, which is essentially Focalor's love for herself, extended to her love to all of humanity. That is so good.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world.
Yeah, so why would you kill her off in the story?
If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible.
Yeah.
What about if the little oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
Oh my god, hello?
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me.
Yeah.
And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
I don't want her to sacrifice herself in the story too, because then it's kind of like, well, she died in the story and she died in real life. You know what I mean? Like, you want to have like a kind of like a happy ending for her.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death.
Ugh.
Both arbitrary and meaningless. On the day when she went missing, Director Aurelie had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found.
Damn.
Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
Fuck you, Vache.
The director was the kindest soul in the world, yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
Ah, that is true.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
The villain, eh?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Uh-oh. I hope it wasn't because of guilt or anything.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me.
Oh boy.
Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with Aurelie.
What? You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away.
Damn. Unfortunate.
She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Yeah.
Pauleau. So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by Aurelie. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
Okay, sir. Let's make sure everyone's on the same page here first.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all, face to face. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do.
Yeah, it's almost like this story's drawn from real life experience.
Come on, everyone. Allons-y.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Damn. Oh no!
As if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour.
But I'm Hydro. I can't do much.
Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
Former Hydro Archon, come on.
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her powers so it could be converted into indemnitium.
Yeah.
Miss Furina said so herself.
I was just about to say she doesn't have a vision, so she can't, like, fight.
Precisely. And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway.
I'm a normie.
As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
Sheesh.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie. Yo, Aether's fluent in French. Let's go.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Yo, Aether got that riz, bro. I literally can't do much here. I'm over here struggling, bro. It's just Baizu. Yeah, the fucking Baizu carry, gamers. Yo, the Baizu carry, hold on. Stop jumping. Let me kill you.
Mighty be humbled.
Yeah, how do you feel? Get him.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troupe. We now have everyone except you.
All right, give him the 411.
You think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone. I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now...
Uh-oh.
I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Viamant, avoiding the truth will not help anyone.
What is happening?
Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Aw, come on, dude.
Listen, Viamant, I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough.
Okay.
We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances.
Oh, is this Fanta? Is it the fucking Fanta business?
It seemed like a win-win. So, I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
I was just about to say that. I was like, it's either Fanta or synth. Oh, dear.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
Yep, I remember that it induces a state of euphoria, but it also causes significant damage to the body.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her.
Okay.
Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then...
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
You brought the director to the attention of the synth dealers. Your mistake gave them a motive to kidnap and murder her.
Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
He didn't kill her, so, like, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like, oh yeah, I did it.
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her. How could you be so stupid?
Right. We all know why he's upset.
Please, try not to get too worked up.
How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry, truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back.
Yo.
Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve.
Yo, voice acting is actually fire right now. What the fuck?
End my life so I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight. Go, get lost. I don't ever want to see your face again.
And this is why he wanted to wait until after the show.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe?
Yeah, that is true.
You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
Talk to him.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating.
That's literally what Focalors did for Furina, by the way.
I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured?
That is true.
But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director Aurelie and the home she built you all to let go.
Oh?
What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Oh dear.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again.
Oh my god. Is Furina gonna be the director of this new troupe?
If she'd seen Pauleau and Villemont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Aww.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
Yeah.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
That's what he said! He's like, let's save this for after.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on Aurelie herself.
Yes.
She's the true star of the show.
It might actually be possible to find out more about her fate.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims.
Yep.
If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
There was a bunch of stuff. Are we gonna go back there?
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
Hold up.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now and wait for our good news.
Sidine!
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case?
Yes.
But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
All right.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see.
The music cut out immediately.
Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vacher's guilt.
That sucks, man.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off.
Is something wrong?
Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are, I'll let you read them for yourselves.
O'Reilly's notes. Someone else was taken. That makes 6. Or perhaps the 7th. Someone tried to escape yesterday, but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Sorry. I don't know if writing this will be of any use or how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching. But what terrifies me even more is the thought of seeing others from the troupe here. Have I truly protected them? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't write no more. I think I have a fever and my old stomach troubles have returned, but nobody has given me any medicine. I suppose I am more fortunate than Cressy. The pain keeps her awake all night. I suppose they think that anything goes so long as the experimental subjects can be used up before they die. It's so damp here. I have given her my blanket. So cold, so cold, so cold. As long as one persists, all things will pass. There will be a reward for hard work. I like to tell them such things, but it is who I am losing my grip. If anyone sees this, troupe, safe, I, them, important, please, farewell, apologize, life, perform, future, regret, Cleo. This page is an absolute mess and the writer's pen seems to have wandered its surface at random. Only some words can be made out, and barely at that. From this page onward, the diary stops to be replaced with lyrics for musicals. Some are in the form of newspaper clippings, other are handwritten with some crossing out and changes. It is apparent that the pages have been referred often, and that this is the personal notebook of artistic director O'Reilly. That's fucked, man.
She was so terrified.
She watched a girl get dissolved right in front of her and had to wait for her own death in silence.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troupe, but at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait.
Whoa.
This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
Oh, flipping through the notebook, the lyrics continue. However, one page has been torn out, folded up, and placed next to the last blank page. At the bottom of the folded notes are 2 new lines O'Reilly had written, in handwriting much more legible than before, but it seems that it took her both great effort and a great deal of time to write. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want? Because I am an older sister to them. I love them. That is literally a Focalors moment, dude.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this still what you want?
That's literally like what she said to Furina.
Isn't that the most important line in the little oceanid?
Yeah.
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision, even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troupe would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love, and she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
After reading through the notebook, some were lost for words, others wept bitterly, and some grind their teeth and howl with rage. A long time passed before the group was able to calmly come together and finally make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death,
oh yeah,
then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Good.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary.
Good. I wonder if we're gonna see the play out.
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance.
Nice.
To make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director O'Reilly and her alone.
Nice.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
I'm excited.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Takes one to know one, Paimon. Furina's a natural-born performer, okay?
Don't underestimate my
Exactly.
experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions love, hate, regret, and hope just the most mesmerizing things in this world?
True.
I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
This is a really great quest for Furina. She's kind of like in the driver's seat, but she's like hands off with the play directly. She almost kind of feels like the director here.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Nice.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Oh.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played
That
by the
is
director.
true.
I'm just filling in for her.
Wow, that's sweet.
Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
That's sweet.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right, I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Yo, Opera House? Hold up.
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
Hold on, are we gonna go? Is she gonna use the Opera Ep.311? That'd be crazy.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Ep.311.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
Nah, nonsense.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that O'Reilly's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine?
No, that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Believe in yourself.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you?
Let's get this bread, gamers.
I'll take your silence as a yes.
Damn.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
I really like this music.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too.
Damn.
Come on, we'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervilette.
Ah.
I know just where to find him.
Look at that. Nouvelette's in here too. Great. That's so awesome.
During the final scene, maybe we should stop the music just before Cleo takes the stage?
First Miss Furina, now the opera epiclese? If only the director was still with us.
Hey, come on. There's no point in dwelling on that now. We have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you're right. Now's not the time to get all melancholy.
Best of luck to you.
And to you, my friend. All right, let's go find Monsieur Nouvelette.
Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
There you go.
You were just guessing?
Oh, that's so funny.
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
We're going to perform The Little Mermaid and hope that...
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult.
Nouvelette's gonna use his Hydro Sovereign powers to hold back Disney's bloodthirsty lawyers from, like, hitting them with the freaking cease and desist.
The story of the little oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Honestly, you know, this is coming from her organically and genuinely. I feel like it hits really close to home because the little oceanid story is very parallel to her relationship with Focalor and the entire Archon quest, you know?
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Yes, and this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are.
It's her calling at that point.
In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
Nice.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life.
True. That makes two of us.
Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Oh?
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role.
Wow. Damn, Nouvelette's like, hey, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I've noticed a thing or two here.
It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
Are we going to see stage Furina again?
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions.
All right.
Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission.
I like that.
I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Good shit. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nervilette.
You are very welcome.
I love you. You're such a king.
Many people were once enthralled by Lady Furina's performances, myself included. I hope that one day she'll be able to understand that our appreciation was always sincere.
It's like, hey, we know that you were playing the long con performance, but we didn't lie. You were actually goated.
Good news, everyone. It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked.
Hell yeah.
Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast.
Hell yeah.
Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is truly wonderful.
Hell yeah.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
Aw.
It's amazing. Even though Furina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired everyone up.
That's funny. I'm really looking forward to the final production.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Oh, this is cool. Oh, I really like this. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, they're getting the little stage. Paimon, it's like, I don't understand what's happening.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
Yo, that freaking stage prop looks sick.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame.
Cleo's lover.
How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful.
Look at this.
Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Hello?
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back.
Hey, great performance. Let's go. Very well done. Oh my god. Blue hair.
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time.
Hold on, let me use my elemental sight real quick.
If only.
What's wrong?
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage.
Why does it have to be
now? Her illness. Oh no. Uh-oh. Furina might have to take her spot.
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now.
Oh dear.
Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
This was the whole point of the quest initially, was to find a replacement for her.
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
That is true.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Uh-oh, Furina.
Miss Furina? I'd like to make a request of you.
Oh no.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest.
Oh.
I'll sing the finale.
Sing?
From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
Hey, Neuvillette was onto something.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
Oh my god, she's a pro.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, This show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart. Ugh. Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Just kill me now, Hoyoverse.
Well said.
Yeah, that was her. She was speaking directly.
I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Furina, you're so goated. Like, straight up. Oh, shit. Here we go. It's literally her character demo. Oh my god. Here we go. I'm excited. All right. We're about to experience peak. Oh my god, we're about to experience peak.
Is she here yet?
Oh!
Will she get here?
This looks really good.
She's not coming.
You're wrong. She's here.
Oh! Focalor!
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il?
Oh my god! No shot, Furina singing in French!
L'eau dans son courant fait danser.
Oh my god!
Et la cité, elle nous.
This is so beautiful! The rainbow? Wow.
But what about your wish?
My wish?
Holy moly, this is incredible. The drought, no! This isn't how the Little Mermaid happened.
You can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wow, look at this animation! This is amazing. Dude, the vocals are amazing too. Furina, you're so goated for this. Holy shit. Actually. Oh! She just got her vision? Wait, did she just get her vision? Oh shit. Oh my god. That was so cool. That is a spectacular animation sequence. Holy moly. What is Paimon on stage? What did Paimon do? What the heck?
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Furina on the stage just now?
Paimon's really on stage riding everyone else's coattails right now, bro.
She hasn't been seen for a while now. And she just appears out of nowhere?
Oh my god. That's so cool.
Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
Alright, I knew Furina could dance. I knew she could act. A part of me even knew right from her trailer that she could sing, but that was next level. That was so cool.
The little oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
There you go. Clappers, claps in chat.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
They're paying homage, okay?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening, Furina. I'm sorry.
It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice.
The only other characters we've ever seen get a vision in the game was the Wanderer and Rana from the R&R World Quest. That is so cool. They added Furina to that too. You know what? I'm not complaining. No one better.
Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Ah, there it is. Deep down, she was like, this is where I belong.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Furina.
Yeah, there you go. Now everyone knows it's you.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Damn.
Oh, so it was Furina after all.
Whoops.
She's back.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
Uh-oh.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
At most, you might be asked to sign a few autographs later.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
For real.
Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Wait, that wasn't part of the act? Okay, so I was wondering if I was like, wait, is that a real thing or is that like a part of the act? So it was a part of the act, but it was actually a real one instead.
Oh, that. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it?
Okay, now the question is that technically from Neuvillette? Because there is no divine seat in Fontaine. There's no Archon of Fontaine, but he is now a true Hydro Sovereign Dragon. Also, the design of that looks a little different. It's got like the Numa Osea, but it's also like those little jagged corners. I'm wondering if Neuvillette was like, that's my girl.
I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Oh my god.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Good shit, dude. Oh, everyone's here. We can just talk.
Did anyone see where Miss Furina went? Oh, I want to get her autograph, but I can't find her anywhere.
Oh no, Aether, run! This is the first autograph that we're gonna have to sign. Damn, I want to talk to everybody too.
I thought Cleo's actress sang very well. Why did they swap her out at the end?
I don't know. Maybe that's just how it was scripted. I wasn't expecting such an incredible performance from an amateur troupe. They didn't seem out of place on the big stage at all.
Yeah, their technique could use some polish, but the performance in general felt very believable. Hit all the right emotional notes.
Nice.
I think it'll stay with me for a while.
I mean, they had the best showing in terms of like the fact that they were from like this small little studio to like the big time stage.
What a surprise. Seeing Miss Furina on the stage? This ticket was money well spent. Yeah, I agree. Say what you want about her, but she's flawless when she's on stage.
Facts. Yo, this guy knows what's up. Oh.
You're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
They loved it.
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic. Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
No, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition.
True.
Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Aw.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born. So I never expect things to go smoothly in life.
Bennett moment.
I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you start.
Oh boy.
I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
Okay. Damn, Paimons.
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the little oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
Y'all can't change your mind? What's going on?
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Yeah, they all have valid reasons. Instead of just being like, hey guys, let's change our mind now that things are popping off for us at the moment.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well.
Aw.
What about you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
I would like to go home and cook macaroni.
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go until I finally acquiesce.
Yeah.
You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I previously imagined.
It just needs to be on your terms.
Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me.
Nervilette knows best, dude.
I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So maybe the show will go on for me after all.
There's no need to draw lines in the sand. Just do whatever feels right to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You were born for the stage.
The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Next time, I'll invite you to join me. I'm like really questioning if we're gonna get a Furina story quest part 2 or a Nervilette story quest part 2, because it's always based on the archon, but there is no archon. So I don't know if Arlecchino will come back into the plot and she'll be that weekly boss. I don't know. I have no idea, because she already got what she came for.
Then it's a deal. If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
Fuck the gods, okay? Focalors died because of those sons of bitches. Holy moly. Goated. Goated, the little oceanid, the little mermaid. Fuck you, Disney. We take those. Hell yeah. All right, let's talk to everybody real quick.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power. And now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands. Is that how humans feel about it as well?
I really think it was Nervilette that gave her that. And you know what? I approve.
thank you so much. I feel like I've rekindled the passion I had when I first joined the troupe. It might turn out to be too little, too late for me. But still, this has been the experience of a lifetime.
Nice.
Now that the buzz is worn off, I feel ready to pass out.
I want to get a picture with Furina over here, actually, just because this is a very exclusive area. Nice.
I'm just finishing packing up. As soon as I'm done, I've got an interview with the Steambird to get to. Thanks to all your help, the show was more perfect than we ever could have hoped for. But most of all, I want to thank you for giving me the chance to finally say farewell to Aurelie.
Absolutely. Are these two arguing again?
I mean, of course I have some regrets,
Oh, okay.
but...
Never mind.
There'll be plenty of opportunities in the future for us to tell the stories that we want on stage.
We're going to do a little photo time here with Furina, because I don't think there's ever going to be another opportunity, and I am not missing my chance. All right, you know who it's going to be? It's you already know.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
I need to get the two most dramatic characters in all of Genshin Impact on the same screen. Hoyoverse, make this happen someday. Please and thank you. I would love you forever if we actually had these two interacting together. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing, Furina and Focalors. This one's gonna hit a little close to home, but I think it's appropriate. Oh! All right, you know what? We'll get one picture there. Yeah, we'll have one light mode, one dark mode. Furina, look at the camera. She's too busy admiring herself. Who knew my fans would adore me so much? She can't get her eyes off herself. Pause, champ. All right. All right, last one. I had to do it to him. All right, not bad, not bad. That is the quest, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially finished Furina's second story quest. I don't think I can go back in there. Yep, and that is it. It is what it is. Let me in! That was great. It was really cool to just see Furina kind of come into her own, try to figure out what she wants out of life now that she's completed her longest running career for the last 500 years. The intro, the startup of this was a little shaky. I just felt like Paimon and the Traveler were being a little aggressive in terms of really wanting this commission to work out, despite like almost kind of disregarding like what Furina's mental state could be, or even her personal outlook or resentment of plays and acting because of Focalor's Grandmaster plan. But I feel like as the quest went on, I really started appreciating that it was on Furina's terms. You know, everything she was doing was within what she wanted to do, or what was within her initial boundaries. So I really do appreciate this character. I love her so much. I feel like I'm a little overprotective of Furina. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but like, how can you not after seeing what she's gone through? I really just want to say fuck you to anyone or anything that kind of conflicts with what Furina wants at the end of the day after 500 years of fucking bullshit. I love her. I love her so much. I think she's a great character. I really, really, really want to know what they have planned in store for her in the future. It is a little jarring, though, I will admit, to have the last few months of 4.0, 4.1, and even 4.2 having that extra level of Furina with who she was playing. You know what I mean? It's like having Fischl the entire game and then having Amy for one whole quest. You're really just kind of understanding like, oh my god, this is like so welcoming and so different and cool. You know what I mean? Like to just see her in a completely different light, to hear how she talks, and to just really get like the deeper, more vulnerable side of her. So I absolutely love this quest. Tomorrow we're going to be getting into Furina's lore. She is currently Friendship 7, and with finishing the Archon quest, her story quest, and getting her to Friendship 6, I should have all of her story lore and dialogue unlocked. And then Nuvilet's the same. Nuvilet is Friendship 10. We also have his lore unlocked, finishing his story quest, finishing the Act 5 Archon quest. So we're gonna read Furina's lore first, and then we're gonna read Nuvilet's lore. From that point, I think we're gonna shift and focus on some of the 4.1 World Quest content. I know there's 2 Melazine quests, there's the Narcissenkreuz Ordo quest, and then there's the Fontaine Institute Chronicles quest line that I want to do as well. So I hope you guys look forward to it.